Hey y'all, Frank and Angie over here living in Ecuador for almost 6 years on small means. What's it really like to be retired in a developing country in Ecuador or any place really? Cambodia, Asia, South America, Central America, all different kind of places. You know, there's a revolving door going on with the live abroad community. Lots of people come in and lots of people go out. We're talking about what's on our minds today. I saw an article a couple of weeks ago that was written by a bilingual Argentinian talking about crime in Argentina, and he was a bilingual Spanish-English reporter or some kind of journalist or something. And the gist of the article was that it was minimizing. We all know what that looks like, right? When people minimize and they set themselves up as someone in authority, rather authoritative on a subject. So someone sets themselves up as authoritative on a subject by having some sort of credentials or what have you. And I'm not saying they don't have a background for those credentials. They do, and that's how they gain that authoritative position. Well, this journalist was saying how crime isn't really as bad as people make it out to be in Argentina. And I found that interesting because I keep track of everything living abroad. That's one of the blessings of having time on your hands. Somebody once asked me what I did with my free time. We were talking about liberty and freedom, and one of the blessings being that you have free time. Well, what you do with your free time is up to you. But I like to study. I like to read and study a lot, and so I still do that. I keep track of what all is happening around the world, all things retire abroad. And so I'm very, very much in touch with the crime rate in Argentina. And so when an article like this comes out, it's very interesting to me. So the article was authoritatively written by someone with credentials that was bilingual. He was minimizing it. I think we all see through this stuff, but I really don't know that. I know I see through all kind of things all the time, and that's why that's one of the things I do on this channel is tell you about it. So, but interestingly enough, what makes this story really super interesting to me is that just a week or two later after the guy put that article out, there was another article that said every 30 minutes, this is 30 minutes now, every 30 minutes a woman is murdered in Argentina. So much for not really that bad, the crime in Argentina, right? Bonk. That sounds pretty bad. So I don't know what maybe special interests are putting out articles like that, but apparently there's a special interest on both sides. There's the sides that want to promote the real estate and such, and then there's the side that wants to promote rights for women and all that. And so they all have their little promotion that they do. So I don't know who's telling the truth. All I know is I have other sources that I study, and that's how I confirm what the truth is. I get my information from a variety of sources, not just reading the news, the headlines. If you read the headlines, my mom does this to me. She would read a headline and say, "Oh, did you hear such and such?" And whatever. It's like the inauguration today of Donald Trump. It was just sort of like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But then it got to the point where this lady was singing the song, "For the land of the free." You know how she does a high pitch, really emotional, and I just felt a surge of emotion coming up on me at that moment. The rest of the inauguration was just blasé, but at that moment where she was singing, "Hey Spock, how's it going? Take it easy, man. Sorry, I don't have any food today." But yeah, land of the free, and I got all choked up all of a sudden out of nowhere. All this emotion just kind of bottled up and came out because land of the free has not been my experience. You know, land of the free. Now, I love America for for the ideals, North America, for the ideals that it stands for on paper. You know, the piece of paper that everybody ignores. John Q. Public doesn't know what it says, and those in authority don't obey it. So yeah, when she sang "Land of the Free," I got all choked up because it just brought up all those experiences my whole life where my liberty was choked off at every step that I took in North America. As beautiful and wonderful and all of the ideals and principles that I love about North America and all of the things that are so wonderful about North America, that certainly isn't one of them. And that brings us back to living abroad and deciphering what are our options about living abroad. And then when you see these articles like this, it all kind of comes together, doesn't it? Because, you know, there's a revolving door going on with the live abroad community. Lots of people come in and lots of people go out. And the reason for that is exactly this example about the article about the crime rates that were being minimized about our crime in Argentina. I was just scoffing and at the article thinking this is bogus right away. I mean, I could just see right through it. Why? Because I have a half a dozen other sources that I read on a regular basis. When I refer to Argentina, clearly Buenos Aires is what I'm referring to with these crime rates. But Mar del Plata, which is not even in the city proper, has like one of the highest crime rates over there, and it's not even in Buenos Aires. So when I read all those other sources and they say things that are contrary to the article, then it leads me to ask myself the question, well, who is this journalist guy? What's in it for him? Why does he want to promote the idea, because it is all about ideas, that the crime isn't really that bad in Argentina, when everybody I talk to, including people from Argentina, right, because I meet people from Argentina, will tell you how bad the crime is. I mean, it's way worse than Ecuador. But I'm sure there's areas in Ecuador where it's similar. But the touristy towns like Cuenca are not the places where it's. But anyhow, we recently talked to a lady that wants to move to Cuenca. She was wondering about the crime rates, and I told her it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it used to be in Cuenca. They got a lot of tourist police, but you know, it's a city. You got to take care of yourself. You know, seeing that she's in Asia right now. She's an American in Asia. You know, Asia's got its crime rates too. You got to be careful everywhere you go. So you got a double-edged sword, catch-22. You want to go abroad, you want to be safe, you want to stick to the areas everybody sticks to, but that makes them expensive. I thought you guys might want to know what's on our mind today about this subject. It's a very important subject, crime abroad. All right, guys, thanks for listening. And it's another wonderful day with perfect weather in Salinas, Ecuador. Here on the coast, it's a desert. There's flowers that are drought-resist flowers, and the palm trees and such. But yeah, it's a desert environment. There's no water, no rain. And when it gets cloudy like this, the skeeters come out because they're hiding out when it's too hot. All right, well, I'm going to go home and eat some homemade sour cheese.